Hi, welcome to Andrea's Amateur Urban Homestead. I'm Andrea and I will be guiding you through a little bit of some seed starting tips. So, we already have our seeds started and we're going to be potting up today. So we've got some basil, we have some eggplants, and we have some tomatoes. So this is kind of once your seeds are started, what to do next, how to pot them up. So the first thing you always want to do is sterilize your soil. So that can be done in different ways. You can do it in the oven, you can do it in the microwave. What I prefer to do is just boil some boiling water, let it get to a good rolling boil, and then pour it over your seed mix. So this one's actually not seed starting mix. This is potting soil because we're potting up today in some 4-inch pots. Now, the reason you want to do that is you want to kill any sort of bugs that you could bring into your home, especially if you have a home setup indoors. So the boiling water will kill fungus gnats and any other bugs that might come into your home that you just don't want. So you always want to do that, let it cool down, and the consistency you want is about this. So you want it to be able to ball up in your hand and then let go. This might be even a little bit too wet, but you can see there's no water coming from it. It's just being able to stay together. So when potting up, make sure you sterilize your soil. I like to put it into their containers about 3/4 way full before I pot them up. And I normally like to have the labels written out. I don't have that done today, but I'm gonna be keeping them in their little separate spots with one label so that I can then label all of them. Now, a tip for just general, when you are growing your seed starts, you are going to potentially get some mold if you're staying nice and moist. To be able to stop any of that mold from happening, you simply sprinkle some cinnamon on the top. The cinnamon is a natural antimicrobial. Ladybug. You saw a ladybug? Oh, wow. Oh, ladybug. Yeah, a little ladybug.
I crushed.
You did crush it.
Because it was on my telescope.
It was on your telescope? Okay. Well, keep ladybugs in the future. They're really good pollinators. They help us with flowers. So a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on top. You can also, once these are potted up, I often like to sprinkle cinnamon on top of these just to prevent any mold from happening. Let's see, any more tips? So a lot of times you're gonna get seed starting trays that have nice little holes in the bottom. Now, to get out these, I like using either a pen or I use a knife. This knife is really special because I grew up with it and it has a little boy playing volleyball. So I really, this is my special knife. Ooh, leave these books here, Forrest. Leave these books here.
I mean, it's not. It's really not.
So if you can get your 3-year-old to help you, it's awesome. We're at the point where it's in and out. So another tip is I'm actually potting these up a little bit early. Now, the first 2 leaves that will come onto your plant are called the coleus. So on this basil, you can see these first 2 little leaves. You actually want to wait until there's at least 2 true leaves or 4 true leaves on your plant. You can see that I have the little coleus, these little leaves right here, and then I have 2 true leaves right here, and then 2 other little guys starting to come up. Kind of same thing with the eggplant and with the tomato. So if you look at the tomato, these little guys are the coleus. They're basically the nutrition for your plant until it starts needing actual nutrition. So those start up, those are the first things that sprout up. And then you're gonna get the true leaves popping up after that. When you have at least 2 true leaves, like a set, but it's even best if you have 4 true leaves on it, it's great to then pot it up. Mine, I was a little anxious because I only have 2 seed starting trays, so I want to start some more seeds. So, and as you can see, some of these only have the coleus. These eggplant are just the coleus. But these ones are starting to get their first true leaves. You can see that's a big leaf, and these 2 are just the coleus to give nutrition to the plant as it grows up. So that's another seed starting tip. And let's see, it's really just about having fun and getting your hands dirty, and seeing what happens. I would say successes here or there. It's also nice, and you can see that I did not do this, but it's also nice if you do plants that you know are going to be around the same height. That helps regulate the light that they're getting. And some of the other plants that are higher can start blocking out other plants. But since I'm potting these up early, it's not going to have any impact. Another great thing is if you are doing seeds indoors, you want to have a fan blowing on them to give them some environmental pressure. So if you're starting seeds indoors, they can get leggy if the light is not close enough. They'll start stretching out. These ones are nice and taut because the light that I have is 4 to 6 inches away. And they have the environmental pressure of the wind on them. And the wind is going to make sure that they stay nice and strong, and are able to function better once they're outside. And last little tip for tomatoes. So tomatoes have bunches of little hairs on them. So they're really fun to watch grow and get bigger. And if you can see, it has these hairs all along the stem. They're really, really tiny. It looks a little blurry, but they are all little tomato hairs. What you can do is you can plant the tomatoes all the way up to its first set of leaves. That helps give it some more strength, and anywhere there are those hairs, it'll start creating new roots. So each time you pot a tomato, even if you get one from the store and it has length to it and then leaves up here, you can plant it to where those first leaves are, a little bit below. And what that's gonna do is all that area will become roots, and it'll help make it more strong and sturdy. So I'm gonna continue to pot these up, attempt to get a 3-year-old to help me a little bit more, and just generally get some time outside in the nice Georgia spring weather. And then these will go back under the light for a couple of weeks until our potential last frost. And I'll probably plant them out around April 15th. Have a great day. You want to fill up another one with dirt? You want to fill this one up with dirt?
Full of love, I'm well full of, I'm soaring through the clouds.
Ooh, nice job.
Got
Nice
my
scoop.
man, oh got a plan, have no worries to sort out. Coast to coast, flying high, where my love goes, I'm bound.
What plant is that, Forrest?
It's a baby feather and eggplant.
Yeah, what does it need to grow big and strong?
Need this water and this sunlight to make it be strong and big.
Yeah. What does water and sunlight make the plant feel?
It makes it feel just happy.
Yeah. Is that gonna be your eggplant plant? You gonna
Yeah.
watch it grow?
And all the bees and see those